overseen, because we need good regulation in this country.
Speaker, Sam Lotu-Iiga.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's a pleasure for me to speak on this, the first reading of the Financial Reporting Bill. Sir, and I also want to thank the Minister, the Honourable Craig Foss, who is bringing this bill to the House, and it's commendable because it focuses on the issues that matter to New Zealanders. And that's been a great focus of this government in boosting economic growth, creating jobs and reducing compliance costs. And I find it quite ironic, sir, that the last speaker talks about being born into a family of business people, didn't say what they did or who they were, but he said he was born into a family. And that's about the closest that speaker has got to a business person. And with the exception of Clayton Cosgrove, who stood up this evening, I can't see many over there that have actually run business, have actually been inside businesses, created jobs. They've been academics, union officials and parliamentary secretaries. And sir, that is not going to cut it with the New Zealand public. And they've spent most of their lives, sir, tearing down businesses, tearing down jobs and tearing down opportunities for New Zealanders. And their record's been quite clear. They're against mining. They're against mining. They don't want mining as an industry that creates jobs. They've been against the movie industry. And tonight, The Hobbit, its premiere is out, but they are against that too. They're against convention centres as well, I've heard. And I'll tell you what, if it met the interests of the unions, they'd be against the All Blacks. And that's right, you'd be against the All Blacks. So, sir, this bill is about maintaining a strong economy that can provide financial security for families, real opportunities for our young people and safer communities, because that's what a strong economy does. And for the past 4 years, this government has been working hard to simplify and improve the integrity of our financial system. And how have we done that? We've actually worked across this House, working on financial service providers legislation, working on the Financial Markets Act legislation, working on Financial Markets Conduct Bill and Securities Trustee. We've done a lot of work in this area and we continue to do it with this bill. So this bill is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to update financial reporting law in this country. And what does it do, sir? Well, the main purpose of the Financial Reporting Bill is to improve our financial reporting system. That's right, it will do this by making all general purpose financial reporting consistent with the primary objective of that system. And do they know what that system is? Do they know what it stands for? Not one person across the aisle has actually talked about it. Well, the objective, sir, is to provide information to external users who have a need for an entity's financial statements but are unable to demand them. That's right. And how does this bill do it? And again, I haven't heard one statement across the aisle here talking about how this bill will do it. And what does it do? It continues the External Reporting Board and defining its functions and powers. That's right. It also provides for the issue of financial reporting standards and auditing and assurance standards. That's right. Just like education, just like the building industry, we believe in standards. Thirdly, sir, it provides for auditor qualifications and other standard provisions relating to financial reporting duties under other enactments. So this bill cuts compliance costs. It cuts red tape that is faced by many of New Zealand's small and medium-sized companies. And when I talk to the businesses in Maungakiekie, and I used to run a business in Maungakiekie, that's what they say to me. The number one priority, please, is to reduce compliance costs, reduce red tape, and let us get on with business. That's right. And these companies, in particular, will gain the benefits of much more simplified financial statements that will help build productive and efficient businesses as well as a productive economy. So the main purpose of a company's annual report, and Mr Cosgrove knows this, his colleagues might not know, but he certainly does, is to provide accountability by senior management to shareholders. But not just shareholders, they should provide that accountability to creditors as well as other stakeholders out there. But the great majority of our New Zealand companies are small and medium-sized enterprises, and the managers of those companies are also some of the shareholders. So there's unlikely to be financial reporting accountability in practice. We know that. So the SME changes in the bill means that Inland Revenue Department will need to beef up its company tax filing requirements. And we know that the separate empowering legislation will be introduced by the Honourable Peter Dunn later on at a later date. So the bill also includes a new power which allows the External Reporting Board to issue accounting standards for registered charities. We know that it's a $1.2 billion industry. We know the great work that our charities do out there. And the effect that this will have, sir, is that it will benefit many of the preparers of those accounts for these charities who have limited accounting or bookkeeping skills, because it will reduce the uncertainty of what is expected of them. Sir, a supplementary audit paper will be released when the bill is introduced, which will transfer financial reporting obligations for issuers, banks and insurers from the Financial Reporting Act to the Financial Markets Conduct Act. This change will mean that the FMC, the Financial Markets Conduct Enforcement Liability regime, will now apply. Sir, this is a good and sensible bill. We've clearly laid out the case for that on this side of the House. It will bring down costs, it will streamline compliance to our SME sector, which can only be beneficial to our economy. We on this side of the House are 100% focused on allowing businesses to get on with the job of creating jobs, and I commend this bill to the House.
Honourable Leanne Dalzell, 10-minute call.
Mr. Speaker, the regulatory impact statement was written